see you too, Michael. Thank you for taking the time to come out today. And this, I get asked about this bass a lot. This is actually a parts bass.
Really?
Everybody pretty well knows I've been playing with Artemis from Skynyrd for the last several years.
Yeah, very cool.
And he and I were hanging out one day, and we were looking at pictures from the Street Survivors, the last record before the plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
And this was one of the pictures from that photo shoot.
Right.
And at that moment, for some reason, Artemis was pretty mesmerized by this photo. And he said to me, he said, Dave, he says, you know, he says, there weren't a lot of happy times in Skynyrd. He said, but this day here was a really happy day. So that kind of stuck in my memory.
Right.
You know? And as I've been around him and heard stories and, you know, learned more and more about each member and their personalities in the band, it takes on a whole new thing and really brings the music more to life for me, being a Southern boy and growing up on that stuff. Well, a lot of us did.
Yeah,
because it was a special band in a special time in history.
Without
So that stuck in my memory. So I have a really dear friend, Jason Gateman, up in Canada.
Okay.
And Jason is one of the best artists I've ever seen in my life. This is freehand airbrush, bro. He just looked at the photo and did it with an airbrush.
Oh my God.
And it looks, I mean, you'll be able to,
yeah,
you know, Michael will get you some good up close
nice
pictures,
close-ups.
but it's really,
it's spectacular.
it took my breath when I opened the box when I got it back. But I called up Jason and I said, hey man, having the photo in my memory bank, I said, hey Jason, could you draw this on an Arctic, if I sent you an Arctic white bass body? And of course Jason, no problem man, I can do it. He goes, you might be waiting a while. He said, because I'm a little backed up. He said, I'll do it for you.
Right.
So he did it for me, and it took, I think, maybe 2 or 3 months. I got it back. It was a total, I think he said, of 60 to 80 hours to do this.
Wow.
I can't remember. I think it's 60 hours, he said. Maybe it could have been 80, but I'll find out and we'll post it. But and it's an all parts body. I just called up my buddy Phil Florian at All Parts, and I said, I want the most lightweight P-bass body you've got.
Right.
It needs to be Arctic white. And he came back to the phone in a couple minutes, and he goes, man, he goes, I got one that weighs like 4.74 pounds. I said, I'll take it. So it was perfect, because the older I get, heavy basses, I just don't jive with anymore.
I feel you.
So I'm an old man.
You and me both.
But so yeah, sent up to Jason. He painted it.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you, man. It's just kind of my thing that I wanted to build for the fans, because the Skynyrd fans are diehard, man.
What did Artemis think of it when he first saw it?
He was blown away. He couldn't. The first couple of minutes he laid eyes on it, I could tell he was stunned.
It's incredible.
Yeah, he really loved it. And and when I play it on the classic, Sweet Home Alabama and Free Bird and some of that stuff. Getting to play that stuff with Artemis is such a great treat.
Oh my God, it's incredible.
And when I drag it out for that, the fans, once they realize what it is, now the word is filtered through our fan base, and as soon as I drag it out, they start running to the stage to get pictures of it. I love to hold it up and let them get a photo. And
that's fantastic.
It's a special instrument, and from years and years of doing this, when you build a bass, there's no guarantee that it's going to turn out to be a good bass.
Never.
The neck is a 60s jazz bass profile.
Okay.
Ebony board. I had Music Craft in New Jersey made this neck for me.
Okay.
I wanted the smaller frets. I believe they're the smaller frets. I can't remember. And the telly headstock.
Yeah, it's cool.
And that came from honestly being a Billy Sheehan, Jim Hager fan.
That's cool.
Because and the logo, a lot of people think it says Fender. I
got fooled by it. That's for sure.
I have to credit that to my dear friend Dave Jeffrey out in California, who's just talking to Dave about old Fender basses. Is almost like talking to Leo Fender. He knows so much about him.
That's awesome.
And he caught on with my name and Fender and the old spaghetti logo. He goes, hey man, he goes, you should get a decal made with your name. And I was like, but who can do that? Because copyright. Well, I had to get that done in Peru. And Dave knew a guy, and I don't even remember his name. I think I still have his address. but I wanted it. I emailed with him, and he sent that to me, and then I had him add the Artemis Pile Band under it, and
that's so cool.
And I wanted, black and white, all black and white. The black
matching
and white photo,
headstock.
yeah, matching
So cool.
headstock, and I had the neck plate engraved with the Artemis Pile Band, and
very cool.
put the old Freebird on the back.
Amazing. Hip shot D-tuner.
Yeah, have to have
Super
that.
important
And
for all us 4-string guys.
yes, it is. I anytime that I have a preference, I'm going to be playing 4 strings. I like 5, and they're graded for modern music.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost never hear records anymore without a 5 on it.
Sure.
Or synth bass, as you know. But
absolutely.
But
well,
this bass has served me well, and these are the Billy Sheehan Relentless DiMarzios.
I was just about to say, the bass sounds killer.
Yeah, it really does. It's I have always endorsed and used EMG, and I love them. They've been really good to me. The problem I was having, we were talking earlier when you arrived about playing live and being on ear monitors as well. You just don't have any time to do any tweaking. So when I would play my Yamaha bass, my Billy Sheehan Attitude, have DiMarzios, and I would switch to this with the Geezer Butler EMGs. It sounded great, but I had to go back and adjust between the 2 basses.
Right.
So I just figured, well, for that gig, I gotta have, everything's gotta be the same.
Sure.
Because Billy Sheehan told me one time, he said, man, the least amount of variables when you're playing live, that's how it works for him, and I have found that he's right.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't have time to go back and start, readjusting it when Artemis is counting off a song. I need to be focused on playing. And
for you're in the studio, you could use anything you want. Live, whole different ball game live. Yeah.
Exactly.
Got to move that chill along.
Yeah. And as you and I, actually Michael and I were just on the phone with Larry DiMarzio just before we shot this piece, just talking to him about some general stuff about these pickups, and he was telling me these are, did he not say these were the prototypes of the exposed magnet Relentless? So I was very fortunate that Larry was kind enough, through Billy. Billy's been a great friend to me for a long time, and he was kind enough to get these out real early for me, for this bass and my signature mini Thunderbird, which we will do an episode on that at some point.
Absolutely.
And but he was kind enough to get them out to me, and they really do sound great. They're just loud and clean.
They are crystal clear, very responsive too, and still very P-bass sound.
They are.
It's unmistakable. Oh, it's great. Just has that. There's that P mid-range growl, and you can still.
It's
a P-bass, when harmonics scream on a P-bass, I'm always like blown away.
Yeah, me too.
When we talked to Billy that day, and I was like, how do you get you got a big, and a neck and a P, and there's no J, and your harmonics are screaming. It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
Being a jazz bass player, it's like, how are you getting those? That's killer.
Yeah,
that's great sounding stuff.
Yeah, Billy's he's a special guy.
Yeah,
we were fortunate that we got to live in the same lifetime he did.
No doubt. Well, he's such a tinkerer, and he's so specific on the sounds he wants to hear, and that's been benefiting all of us.
Yeah, it
and
sure has.
They're right there.
Yep.
I'm excited to get my little hands on some of them.
Yeah.
That's going to be another episode coming up.
And this bass weighs right at 8 pounds total.
Nice.
It's lightweight.
That's beautiful.
And I'm very lucky to have it, and just lucky that the stars lined up with the neck and the pickups and the body and everything. Jeff Marple at Corner Music, I can't leave him out, because once it all came in, I couldn't put it together. I'm not that guy. I'm not Billy or you. I can't do a lot of
Jeff's
work.
the man.
But Jeff was so sweet. He put this all together for me, and he did a wonderful job.
Sure did.
Because I had all the parts, and he custom made the little white electronics piece here. Jeff made that
That's
for me
great.
for this bass.
Yeah.
But and it's the Omega all parts, direct copy of the old Leo Kwan brass bridge.
Yep, it looks like the old.
That's what it is.
That's
but
so cool.
I was very fortunate that it came out the way it did, and I'm real happy with it, and I play it on the road all the time.
It's beautiful, man. Well, Dave, thanks so much for sharing that
Yeah,
info with us. If you all have any questions or anything, just hit me up in the comments, all right? And I'll get you any info you need on the parts, the pickups, the history, whatever you want. We'd love to share everything we can with y'all. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, all right? Get on the YouTube page and keep following us because we got more to come. And we got more with Dave too, because Dave's got some great stuff here. And we will talk to you soon. Peace.